Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bread's Bakery broadcast. This is episode 21. I'm here with some lovely individuals. Once again, I'm your host, Bread MG. Almost forgot that part. I am here today with Footloose, the dancing fool.
Hello there. I have one thing to say and one thing only. Cinco de Mayo.
Shut the fuck up.
Additionally, I have one more thing to say. Bread, you're not streaming the slides for us to see.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to tell me that I was recording the wrong screen. I was like, how would you even know that? I got you. Okay, I got you.
Your walls.
I was like, when did you get here? I'm here with John Gore Balatro.
Yay, baby!
And I'm here with the shark with kicks, Judge.
Heyo. What's up, y'all?
Yo.
I am
That's the introduction
fresh
of a
right
lifetime.
now.
Imagine Judge Dredd, but a shark man.
Oh, and he's just wearing
On fire.
Jordans.
Jordans. That'd be crazy.
Oh, man.
Yo, can we get some art of that? A Judge Dredd, like a shark that's on fire.
I know there's
Jordan.
artists who
You
listen
know
to
what,
this, so... Oh,
Yeah, we might have to get a commission going.
That would be fantastic. If that happens, someone's got to ping me or DM me or whatever. Speaking of art, game, wife make game good. They actually sold merch last weekend.
Is game out?
No. But they have some game merch because they have things like character designs and things done. So they sold some merch last weekend actually. But yeah, they're still working on it. The team is growing, which means that production of the game is actually going to go a little bit quicker in theory, which is very exciting. If you're interested, it will.
Support the Kickstarter.
If you're
We
interested,
don't have a Kickstarter, but
no
support
Kickstarter.
it.
But yeah, if you're interested in anything, it'll be the top link down there. So, thank you. Well, small talk time. How you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Pretty epic.
It's been a nice slow day. Not much going on.
I feel that.
Playing the new Doom game.
Nice.
Oh, how is it?
It's really baller, dude. It's really baller.
I
Can't say
imagine
much,
so,
but I
yeah.
love it.
Is the music at least like, usually how it is? Pretty good.
Yeah. Rip and tear
Yes.
until it's done.
Rip and tear.
Mm-hmm.
I rotted in bed most of today until like 5:30.
You know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean?
Now here's the thing. I went to bed at like 11:30, right?
Right.
Then I got
What
woken
the
up.
hell?
I got woken up by my dad and brother at like 3 a.m. And then I laid in bed trying to sleep for like another 3 hours, and I'm like,
Ugh.
damn, it ain't happening.
Narcolepsy.
No,
baby.
bro, I'd have thrown a toaster at them. Like, just been like, heaven forbid I try and sleep at a normal time for once. Like, come on, man. What
know.
the fuck? That's a mess.
There was the intrusive thought of toaster.
Yeah. Anvil, sledgehammer, brick. Pick your
Yep.
choice.
Wood.
Lightsaber, combat grade lightsaber.
Yep.
Grenade launcher.
My thumb still be healing after I accidentally smashed it on the bed trying to pick my cat up. That was nice. And that fun thing where you have like the
Blood's under like your nail.
yeah, and it's just like it's turned like black, so it's like you look kind of it's weird.
Grody.
Yeah. And the
At
neat
least
thing
it's not
is,
frostbite.
yeah. Obviously, frostbite would be a lot worse. I'm just at this point. I'm just hoping that it gets like it's totally better and not sensitive to the touch anymore by Sunday because I have to help my sister move and I'm not super excited for that. But you know, you do what you got to do. She helped me move twice, so I think I'm due up.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, I helped her move once, so well, yeah, I helped them move once, so I'm still I still owe them one, so I go out there and do my thing. But yeah, I guess well, that being said, I think we're ready to start talking about some Hot Wheels, right?
Racism time.
First of all, shout out to Pato. He delivered on updating the schedule, so now we have all of the Black Flag Scallywags tracks fully revealed and in order. So that's
They're
awesome.
not question marks anymore.
No more question marks. Woo! And maybe next week I'll actually update Black Flag Scallywags roster to include the fact that that Bear Legals is in the Sylvia. I didn't do it this week because I was feeling lazy. So maybe next week I'll throw that on there.
All will be known soon.
If I'm honest though, the smart thing to do would probably be to wait until after mid-season in case rosters change. Because it's like at that point I'll have to update the
That
slides
might
anyway
be
if
the
that
play.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll probably just wait till then. But yeah. Anyway, we had week 3 last week. So Acceleron was on the Chasm 2, Nitrox is on Crazy Call SGP 13, and Street was on That's My Garden. We will go over all 3 leagues, and it will include POVs. Let's have
That's
a
my
very
garden, I don't know you.
I have a very exciting POV for Street because I got to race it. I was happy about that.
Yippee!
So we'll get right to it and start with Acceleron. So the Chasm 2. I've heard a lot of things about this race, but I've not actually really paid attention to how the results were. We talked a lot about the track, but that was with Gunner and Soul for that. Have you guys driven the Chasm 2? What are your guys' thoughts on it?
I did quite a bit of practice on that track, and I know it got a lot of hate. It was kind of controversial, but honestly, once you got it down, it was a really fun track. It was actually cool.
Yeah, people had like a lot of fond feelings with it after the race. Seems like some banter after it. But it looked pretty cool. Like, not obviously your average track. Of course, people are not really that fond of destruction and a bunch of hazard spam. But I think a lot of tracks this season also work a lot with hazard spam now that we are able to properly use a good bunch of it.
Yeah.
I have not raced this one. I am a Nitrox boy, and I was practicing for the Nitrox race.
Which makes total sense. I totally get it. Yeah, I didn't get to do a whole lot of driving on it, but I have driven it. And again, I respect what it was trying to do. And I don't dislike the track. However, I would say that I'm also grateful that I didn't have to race it. So, two sides of the same coin, I suppose. So, let's go ahead and find us a good POV. Because I heard there was some excellent racing. Let me take a little look. Let's see. I went back too far. That's for the rush. Here we go, the Chasm. I don't see a POV. Okay, now there's commies. Should we watch Aphex's?
Aphex's was pretty funny.
Okay, we'll watch Apex's, but we might also tune into Kami and Takami's as well. Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Let me mute that. Go away, Epic. Piss off. All right. Long race. Interesting. So, dropping back early, getting some boost probably, if I had to guess.
No walls, my nemesis.
Other people hate walls. So one of my predictions was that if we saw Copper, I thought that he would do well. So I haven't really paid any attention to how the results actually played out for this race, aside from a couple things. I'll be watching to see where he is. I see him there. He's still in the middle of the pack. Oh, is that someone going off? Oh, that is someone going off. Who was that? Boop. Wait, let me drop back here. Who is that? Who is that? Is that... Oh. Wait, who is that?
Tell in ghost mode.
Yeah, hang on.
Hard to tell.
Yeah, sorry. I'll try and... Oh, someone went off back there, too.
There were many deaths in that race.
Trying to...
Almost deaths. It was quite entertaining.
A million deaths will never be enough for massive drama.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. Yeah, we missed it, but you see there's two already who have dropped back from death and destruction. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was the Equalizers drivers who went off. Gil and Aphex dueling very closely, and the battle for the lead is also super close. Ooh, did he hit that barricade, didn't he?
Believe so.
So the top 5 are real close together, which is always exciting.
It actually stays that way for the majority of the race. You can see a lot of the action just from one POV.
Mm-hmm. What an interesting group of cars, too. So we got is that Wampy out there in the exotic?
Yeah, Wampy's
Yeah,
up
it
there.
is.
I think
Hell
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Wampy and Aphex. So we have a balanced, and we have both the Corvettes. So, and those are the Stingrays. So those are both Swifts of Dasher and Aphex. And we have Gil. What is Gil in? Is that?
He is in Solaire.
So that's right. It is Solaris. That's a rocket. And then we have Kami in Bone
In a
Shaker.
drifter.
In a drifter.
Yeah.
What an interesting group of cars. And you can see Sniped is just creeping back there. He and
He's in the Audi. Yeah.
yeah, he and Copper are just like trying to hang on to the slipstream. Why is... Okay, I'm sorry. I know this. I don't know why the POV wouldn't lighten up. It's just like dark. There we go. Wow. They're all like right on top of each other. That is nuts.
It's a ball of death.
And like, I mean, if we were in collisions on, they wouldn't be alive. They would all be very dead. Oh man, a couple of them go wide. It's so crazy just seeing the smoke.
I missed collisions on.
I know.
I could not imagine that track on collisions on.
Oh, it would be
That would just be pain.
absolutely brutal.
We should race it collisions on.
Oop, sorry.
That could be a fun event. Taking a few tracks after the season and then
Just running
getting
them.
collisions on.
Just seeing what happens,
Chaos
just for
mode.
fun.
Yeah, chaos mode. That sounds.
Imagine the BSB track.
Just call
Oh,
it
no,
me plenty.
please.
The
Just call it
BSB
Hurt Me
track
Plenty.
with collisions on would be freaking chaos, dude.
Hurt me plenty event I love
He
it.
hurt me plenty. Yes.
I can't take credit for that. That was Gore.
Yeah, I heard. I know. As I say, I was just reacting to it. I didn't hear it when he said it because I was yapping. My damn mouth was yapping. So I see Lotar is moving up back there. And now he's gone again. I wonder if that was just a leaderboard thing. Hard to say, I guess.
I think in this race, Lotar was struggling a bit. I'm not sure he got the most practice.
I will say, I wasn't sure about Soul's prediction for Lotar when we were doing the episode last week, but he was spot on. Which is not something I want to, it's not a great thing. I don't ever want to like root for anyone to not be good, but he was right in this case, unfortunately. It just seemed like you struggled a little bit this week. This group is wild. I guess it's so exciting having Dash and Acceleron. I'm so glad that he's here. I know he was here last season as well, but these races are just fantastic. Last lap, and they're as close as they were on the first lap, bro.
Yeah, all the way
It's
through, man.
nuts.
It was a good track for good races.
They're all just on top of each other.
Dare I say, I mean, the comparison to Infinitrack was made, and it gives me that feeling, like seeing how close.
Yeah.
Oh
No.
my goodness!
Ooh.
Yeah.
Seeing how close together everyone was.
Those reaction times, though.
Yeah, that's nuts. That was a great save, and it doesn't even really hurt him because now he's just sitting there. He's just charging boost up. It's like Wampy had a little bit of an issue somewhere as well. He's still with them, but he was behind just a little bit. Exotic's got 4 pips though, so he's just sitting in the slipstream recharging.
Hoarding it, yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting for the time to strike.
Yep. Ooh, little bonk. Not the end of the world. So they're starting to separate a little bit. Like the mistakes are kind of caught up to him, and like Aphex isn't getting the same slipstream he was getting when he was right with him. And we're at the point now where even Gil's starting to lose steam a little bit. So it's just like they're still together, but they're not like clumped up. So the slipstream effect isn't as good as it was.
Correct.
Now we're seeing the benefits of having 5 pips. This Kami is just barely hanging on right now. I would have turned audio on, but I honestly don't know if Aphex had music on or not in the recording, and I wasn't
okay,
willing to
it's
take
okay.
that risk.
That's fair.
You can just
nice
put the video in a
selector there.
MIDI converter.
Yeah.
Production value on broadcast.
No. The most work put into the broadcast was in the background.
Ad revenue for the broadcast.
We don't have
Pretty
any ads.
please. We've been doing this shit for 1.5 years and no money came from it.
I do this for
It's only
fun.
a year and a half.
Broadcast has been around it was around in season 6, but then it went like MIA in season 7. Hold on, pause. Did I just fail to register that? Oh no! The
Oh,
double
Lord.
barricade at the finish. Oh, that is so brutal.
Yeah.
That's rough.
That is
It's
brutal.
okay because that top 5 was miles ahead of everyone else.
Oh yeah, they clearly they diffed the rest of the field there.
Yeah, that was a really good POV.
Wow, what a race though.
That was
So
solid.
I guess there's really not even a need to watch the other POV. I thought maybe there'd be more distance, but no. We can just hop right back into the slideshow now. So with that, we have Kami was the winner of the Chasm 2, gets a finale invite. Dasher was second for BSB. Gil was third for Hyperspace Renegades. Then it was Wampy and Aphex for Riptide in fourth and fifth. Sniped was in sixth for BSB. Then it was Mickey seventh for Highway Horrors. Then it was Copper in eighth for Hyperspace. Gunner was in ninth, so he was definitely one of the cars who went off at the very beginning. And then Lotar was 10th. So I guess the big takeaways here was with the different drivers coming in, Highway Horrors and Riptide. Well, I mean, I don't know what I was about to say there. They got the max amount of bonus points for this week, but I don't know. They're probably close to capping out on them for the first half of the season. I know Highway Horrors is a couple more they can get. I think Riptide has maxed out.
Used every driver, yes.
Yep, I think so. I'm pretty sure they've maxed out. Not sure. I don't think every other team I think still has a couple more points they can earn there. So Highway Horrors was the big winner, thanks to Kami winning and Mickey getting 7th with 23 points. Then it was BSB with 20. 1 point behind them was Riptide with 19. Hyperspace Renegades on the home track got 16 points, and then Equalizers had, for lack of a better term, a bit of a disastrous week, accruing only 5 points. Which takes us to the overall point standings. I remember at one point I feel like Riptide had a decent lead, or maybe it was just 10-point lead after week 1.
I think it was just 10.
So it's always been kind of close. So that it with Horrors catching up a little bit this week, it's just an 8-point gap between first and second. Then Renegades and BSB are now tied for third. At 47
Insane.
points. Yeah, so they're 13 points back from second, and they're 21 points behind Riptide, which is a healthy gap for week 3. And then Equalizers is in trouble, as they're 18 points behind both of the third place teams right now.
By week 3, yeah, it's not looking good.
Plenty of time to turn it around, but
yeah, I've got to say, based off our preseason predictions, not how I thought it was going to look, but there's still plenty of races ahead, you know?
Yep. I think this is relatively close to what I was thinking, but yeah. Riptide holding it steady up at the top. They've led all season so far. If I recall correctly. Yeah. Yes.
Indeed.
They've led all season. So that's solid. Any other thoughts about the Acceleron race last week?
Not really. I think right now it's anything can happen. Like it's just week 3, probably. By the second half, we may see a change with Equalizers. Hopefully, they break the curse because apparently it's starting to look like a curse. But yeah, hopefully they switch the gap and start getting closer to the other teams because they've been having terrible luck.
Luck is definitely the word there. They've had crashes, I believe, in every race.
Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say, here's the thing: is I know Gunner is a good driver, and his results this season, I think, are literally 9th and 10th.
Yeah.
Ouch. He's better than that. They're gonna turn it around at some point.
Yeah, it's been terrible luck. Hopefully it changes, but man, it sucks to see it happening that way and so early on.
Yeah. I will say that, I mean, it's like we said, it's very early, but we're kind of starting to see maybe a bit of a storyline building for this season,
Yes.
where we've got Riptide and Highway Horrors in spitting distance of one another for first, and Hyperspace and BSB are deadlocked for third. And as we all know, if you're not top three, you get demoted in Acceleron. So, um, looking at maybe it's early, but we could be looking at an interesting little storyline to follow as we head into the middle of our season. And Equalizers,
Riptide
they're looking like the underdogs.
Riptide and Highway are like the Wave Rippers and Street Breed of World Race. And then tied for third, we've got the Scorchers and the Road Beasts. And then in fifth, we've got the Dune Rats.
Oh no.
I would not say that BSB and Hyperspace are out of the competition for first place yet, because we've seen some brilliance on them. But yeah, definitely the ones to look after are going to be Riptide and Highway Horrors. They are dead strong in there. They are obviously going to lock into their seats, and they won't let anyone try to get them away from it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be a cool battle between the first four, and hopefully Equalizers catches up in the second half. Right now we're almost done with the first half, so it's going to be a tough battle, but hopefully we can see it getting closed by in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hyperspace and BSB can definitely make it up to second and first for sure. And I hope
100%.
Equalizers picks it up because I want to see Gunner survive.
All right. Well, next we have Renegade Voyage. This is the HSR team track. What do you guys? Have you guys had a chance to drive this track?
I can't say that I have. But
They
it looks
cooked.
epic.
They cooked.
Yeah.
A little accelerone
Have
back
to
there.
agree. It's actually quite fun.
Yeah, it's got like rings around it,
Yeah.
so it looks like Saturn. It's very cool. The track decoration is excellent on this track.
It's a collab track too.
Yep. Yes, it is. I have not driven it much, but I know that I was shockingly impressed. Like, I didn't know what to expect from HSR this season, from the track perspective, and I was very impressed. I think it's going to be a great track. I can't really say much on like what kind of cars it favors. Maybe someone knows a bit better than me, but
Definitely Swifts.
Swift track.
Balanced are all right. Drifters are the same as balanced, just heavier.
Gotcha. So,
What environment is this in?
it's in the void, the track room void specifically.
Track room void?
I think.
Was it the track room? I thought it was the arcade void.
Oh, actually, you might be right. It might be arcade void. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I feel bad. I haven't had a chance to run this track because of the. I haven't been around any of the lobbies due to the aforementioned thumb issue. So I haven't. I'm guilty. I haven't driven the track a whole lot, but I have raced it a few times, and I know that it is quite good.
It is. It is indeed.
So let's start talking about who is driving for the Acceleron race this week. Riptide. Judge, do you have any info to reveal to us today?
To be honest, we still don't know who's going. Scheduling conflicts could arise. Just it's kind of another one of those weeks where we ourselves have absolutely no idea.
Gotcha.
I would put my hat in, but my car is just not suited for the track. So I think if I have to race, so be it. I'd rather not.
Right. Understood. Yeah. I mean, you're at a point where anyone can race. Um, they've all got your bonus points, so you can just send whoever you're most comfortable with. So it makes sense that Riptide doesn't really know who they're sending yet. Like, I totally get it. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see for Riptide.
So,
But will he be available? I honestly don't know.
oh yeah, that's the question.
Yeah.
But I think if he's available, Soul would be a really good choice,
I think
especially
so,
because
too.
of how the track is built, basically for Swift.
I'd like to see Soul and Wampy.
Captain and co-captain. That would be cool to see.
I agree. That would be very fun.
That would be nice, yeah.
Wait, what day is the race?
It is Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, should be Sunday.
Oof.
Sunday.
I went to Sunday.
Sorry, 1 second. Just send a quick message. Okay. Highway Horrors. I think I already know who is racing this week.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be Kami Animax.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
There's no question.
I'm pretty sure it's Kami Animax this week. I have seen both of them out practicing, so I'm assuming it is the two of them. I would be shocked if it wasn't. So, yeah, that's pretty cut and dry. I think they'll be pretty good on this track. So let's see, BSB.
I think Dandu.
Is Dandu running this one? Or is he getting ready for...
Yeah.
he's
It's
been talking...
just the Soul read.
He was talking about high noon hijinks. So he wanted to practice it the other day. So I kind of feel like that tells me he's not trying to race this one, but he's prepping for his next race, which would be week 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to guess that they're actually getting ready to send Judas and either Sniped or Dasher. Hi, Petey.
Dasher just raced last
You
week.
know,
though, right?
Judas and Dasher would be a good guess, considering the focus of the track is entirely on Swift.
Yeah.
That would also
And
be my
BSB is
bet.
lining up into a more meta approach this season, so I would not discard that opportunity.
Yeah. I think that'll probably be who they send. That's my bet. HSR. I honestly have no clue who they're sending, but I do think that they should send Advanced.
This is their track, so I imagine they'll send out the big guns.
I will say Copper and Advance.
Although I could see Copper and Gilles going again since they both made the track.
That too, yeah. I mean, they
That could be
both
fun to
know the
see.
track. They both know the track, so
Right.
it's
Yeah.
not out of the question.
Track knowledge is one thing, but
Having the right
there
car
are
is
some
another.
classes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it'll be I could see it being one of Gilles or Copper and Advance. I think Advance should be on the track at least if I was them. But yeah. All right. And then lastly, Equalizers. Have we heard anything from Equalizers? Have we seen them out there?
I think for
haven't
them it
seen-
comes down mostly to who's available or who's not.
Right.
I think Gunner goes again.
Gunner
I
goes
think
for
Gunner
Gunner
too.
goes for redemption. I could see that honestly. I think he's probably one of their best bets. Honestly, they're another team where their best bet might be to send out the drivers who were racing last week. I feel like that is happening a lot. A lot of teams' best bet is to send the people who ran last week again, but I think I think there's a good chance that they do that. So, do we have predictions on who may win?
think it's anybody's race. I think it's anybody's race.
I think this one could go to Highway Horrors the most.
They do have the cars for it.
They do.
And they've been practicing it a lot, yeah.
I know Kami has been pretty quick on the track. Can't say too much about everyone else. It's kind of just practices have been kind of funny with some drivers going in that are definitely not racing,
Gotcha.
and those have been quite fun.
Interesting. All right. Well, I guess we'll just have to see. I guess because we don't really have a whole lot of. We don't really know for sure who's racing for a number of the teams. It's kind of hard to make a guess on who's going to win. But yeah, that makes sense. I guess we'll head on to Nitrox.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nitrox.
Nitrox. Let's see if I can find a good POV. While I do that, did you guys get a chance to run Crazy Call?
Oh, I ran it.
I know you did.
I think I subbed for that race.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you
Yes,
did.
you did. Yeah.
I did. Okay.
So what did you guys think of the track? Because you guys were on it.
I liked it. I thought the curves were very nice. I thought it was a fun track. I especially liked the boost curve section. That was pretty cool.
Looks like we're gonna be going with Judge's POV because that is our farthest forward finishing driver who posted their POV. It looks like. So we'll go ahead and pop that up. Did you have music? Or is it just gameplay?
I did not. It's just gameplay.
Right on. It's just gameplay.
Guys, you gotta post your POVs.
I have to say I did not enjoy the track.
I don't think it's not a great track for Drifter, in my opinion.
Oh no, absolutely not. But
So
it was less that I was in a drifter and just it's a very simple track.
Yeah.
Not
Well, I
much
mean,
going on.
right. I enjoy it personally. I think it's a fun track. I think the simplicity is perfect for a league like Nitrox. As weird as that is. But PD keeps hopping up on my desk. Hi, buddy. How you doing? He keeps getting in the way of my fucking
Free
monitor.
my boy PD.
So you started in the lead early, and then there's my boy. There's my boy. Nazarex there, and then we got Yoda.
Oh, he was fast. Nazarex was fast on this track.
Oh yeah, he was moving. He was really liking the track. I was super rooting for him. He has those corners down. Bear Legals making their debut.
Surprise appearance by him, actually.
Yes.
I don't think he had any practice.
No, he did not. I mean, it showed up, and honestly, not bad.
He was moving.
Yeah, he was moving. Like, if they're able to communicate with him more, and he's able to get out there and practice, he could be like a real deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
For sure.
There's TJ. So the front group is going. So here's the finish line jump tech, which is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Some cars weren't very good for it. Like rockets, which is why you saw like Bear Legals get caught up to there. Also, probably didn't know about the jump tech, for being honest.
That end jump tech was pretty unforgiving for some people.
Yeah.
If you didn't know how to time it properly, it could end your race entirely.
Yep. Footloose, I see you back there in 9th.
Yep.
8th. I believe that's Alyssa and Lilac back there with you.
Indeed it is. My
So-
POV is pretty fun because the three of us, it was a dogfight the whole time.
Also, we may check out the highlight reel of yours as well.
I had a really cool moment with the jump tech.
It's kind of fracturing into groups. So there was like a front group, which looks like it was kind of the top 5? Top 4? Man, the drifters just bleed time in that corner.
Yeah.
That is tough.
Not much you could do about it either. It's just
Nope.
didn't have the boost power.
Yep. It just is what it is.
Died
The
down
way
slowly.
drifters are.
I think Dan had a crash at some point that caused him to drop back.
Yeah, it was very
Yes.
unfortunate.
He hit the
Was it the finish
what?
line?
Yeah, he hit the finish line trying to do the jump tech.
Yep. And that's unfortunate.
Yep.
He timed it wrong and hit it, and just spun out. And from there was like no coming back, unfortunately.
So TJ's kind of settling into 4th. Things are starting to string out a bit. The top 3 are all still close. It looks like Nazarek's had a bit of a miss on a corner there. And so he's kind of dropped off, which just kind of left our top 2. Which was Pato and Yoda. Pato was very, like, openly a lover of this track, so I was not at all surprised to see him so competitive on it.
Pato is just like honestly one of the best drivers in the game. I will always stand up for that guy. He is so good.
Yep. Oh, passing the teammate at the line with the jump tech. So yeah, there's our finishing order. And real quick, we'll pop into the Footloose POV, which is somewhere. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong channel. What a goofball. Hey, stop it.
It's
Don't
the
tear up my
POVs.
couch, you goofballs. There we go. No music for Foot's POV either. We'll just go ahead.
No music.
Oh, you started first. I didn't even know that.
I did, yeah.
How long were you in first? Ah, not long.
Not
You know
long.
what though? I'm proud of you. You led for a non-zero amount of time.
You have to respect the humility of Footloose the Destroyer.
Yes.
Allow other people to get into first place.
Absolutely. I'm proud of Footloose.
It wouldn't be
He
fun if
he accomplished his goal this week.
like
Whenever Foot's on track, I have one objective for him, and that is beat someone. Secondary goal, beat whatever team is in second, and he did both those goals. I'm very happy about that. So the rest of the field's kind of getting away. We're wall riding a little bit.
Yep. Missed those, that's okay.
Yeah, who needs them?
Who needs them? Who needs them?
So you got Lilac and Alyssa with you.
Indeed. They were both great racers. Like I said, it was a dogfight between the 3 of us.
I see that. This is what we're talking about. Every position matters. I love seeing a dogfight, even if it is for 8th, 9th, and 10th place. Jump tech? Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. It was only half of it, but I'm cool with that.
It was enough to give me a little bit of a lead.
Yep. Well, having a little bit of lead at the line is probably the most important thing. So it was Alyssa who had the leaderboard glitch out. She's still back there with you. Oh wow, you guys really did have like a close race. It's kind of wild.
It did.
Do you remember where your moment was? Your,
It was that one.
Oh,
It was
okay,
that one.
gotcha. I see. So I remember hearing Lilac say something about having you if he didn't go off. Did he have a crash somewhere on the last lap?
Yes. He had
Ooh.
a bit of a crash, yeah. I think he went off in the
3
boost.
wall riders. Hell yeah. Alyssa was
went
beginning
off.
to find her stride
think-
there.
Yeah, Lilac went off towards like right before the finish line, if I remember correctly.
Did he go off behind you as well? Nope, there he is.
I think it was in the third lap.
Oh, shoot! Oh, no! Alyssa just jumped right off the track back there.
Yep.
Here, we'll
It
go
was-
back
it
just
was
a little bit more.
unfortunate.
That is so unfortunate. I tried to save it, too. Oh, we'll pop forward a little bit. So you're still locked in 8th?
Deep.
Yep. Oh, Lilac must have gone off back here somewhere. Just. Okay, he's right with you here. Oh, I already know. It's this corner right here. Yep, there he goes. That's so unfortunate.
Wall.
Yep. Yeah, that definitely that happened to me in practice. Those corners, if you're like caught slacking, you'll get caught out on them. They'll get you. They'll bite you. So here are the results. Pato was first for Racing Drones. Then it was Yoda for Diamond Bombers. Then it was Nazarex rounding out the podium for Aerial Aces. TJ for Diamond Bombers in 4th. And then we had Black Flag Scallywags in 5th and 6th. Judge in the Subcar and Bear Eagles in the Sylvia. Then it was Den in 7th for Racing Drones. Footloose in 8th for Aerial Aces. And then Wolfpack 9th and 10th with Alyssa and Lilac. Which let the points total pretty interesting, where Diamond Bombers got the most points with 22, and then Racing Drones got 19, Aerial Aces got 16. Black Flag Scallywags had their best week of the season so far with 15, and then Wolfpack had kind of similarly to Equalizers, had basically a disastrous week, unfortunately. But that happens to the best of us. I think the big surprise, though, is the movement in the overall standings, where Diamond Bombers jumped from 4th all the way up to 2nd, and Wolfpack dropped from 2nd all the way to 4th. Aces are still up top, and actually, we increased our lead by 2 points over 2nd place because Wolfpack dropped down a ways, so that was exciting for us. What is that? 15-point gap between 1st and 2nd right now?
Yes.
It's fairly sizable, yeah.
Yeah, which is very, very good for week 3. And then 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are an absolute shootout right now, because that's only 7 points difference between them. And honestly, Scallywags is not that far behind either.
No, it's very competitive down here in Nitrox, for sure.
Yep.
Love to see it.
It's a fun lobby. I'm loving how Nazarex is doing this season. Nazarex, our rookie.
He's killing it.
Yeah, he's killing it. Bear Eagles showing up with no practice and getting 6th is wildly impressive. Lilac is also a rookie. Unfortunate, but was keeping up with Alyssa and Footloose, so always good to see them out and about.
Both epic races from us in the back line.
Yep. Any thoughts on last week's race from the rest of you guys?
Yeah, it was fun. Had a fun time.
We're finally 2nd.
Yep. Judge,
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the rest of the first half of the season goes, because we got some interesting tracks coming up.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
My goodness. They couldn't.
This was a fantastic race for Nitrox guys. I know a lot of people did enjoy the track, and
Yeah.
I'm glad to see some new people out there.
I think the last 2 tracks in this half of the season for Nitrox could not be any more different, honestly.
That's
They-
putting it lightly.
They are wildly different tracks from
Yes.
Crazy Call, but also from one another.
The complete opposites. Yeah.
Yeah. So this week we're at another team track. It is the Racing Drones team track, O Mechanica. This track was made by Shatter. And man, oh man, this track is wild.
Like the Omega.
Yep. Yeah, the name is like a play on the word Omega, which is why it's O Mechanica.
Yes.
Have you guys had a chance to drive this one yet?
Yeah, it's brutal.
I have not.
I did one run on it.
What'd you think?
Man, I wish that was an Acceleron.
Dude, right.
So much fun.
Dude, it is a lot of fun. I'm yeah, I have run several runs on it. I've done several runs on the track.
Mm-hmm.
It has got like quite a skill ceiling to it, especially for a Nitrox track. A high skill floor, high skill ceiling. I think it's really fun though. I love the use of elevation. The lines are very unique. Like a lot of shatter tracks, like for a lot of tracks, the line that you want to be in is the inside of the corner. But for some of these shatter tracks, you don't really even get a choice. The line is just where it is. The line is the line, and it doesn't. There's some corners where you're going to be on the outside of the corner, and that is going to be the spot where you kind of have to be. It's not so much like the fastest way. It's like the only way to take the corner because of how it bends and twists and things. And I personally love it. I really enjoy this track a lot. So, I think it's going to bring out some of the big guns this week, if I'm being honest with you. So we'll go ahead and start hopping into that. Black Flag Scallywags. I think we just need to look at this team and just, for the rest of the season, it is just a matter of who is available. We know Edu is not really available. Gambler has been on vacation, is my understanding.
Yeah, he's been on Japan, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I don't know if he is available. Haven't heard from Lear in a while. We haven't seen from Pesh. Bear Legals is apparently around most weekends, but just doesn't really communicate very well. Doesn't use Discord. So it's kind of, we don't really know who's racing for them.
It is unfortunate.
Bear Legals again.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. If I had to pick, and I'm just going to assume that Edu will not be available in any capacity. If I had to pick, I think this would be a good race for Swole and Bear Legals, or Swole and Silver Gambler to go out there.
Yes.
And race. If Edu is magically available all of a sudden, I think he would be great on this track as well, but I'm not gambling on that. Pun not intended. So I guess another thing to look for is who ends up being a sub for Black Flag Scallywags. We'll just have to see.
Basically, yeah. Unfortunately.
It's too bad.
Get the Riptide guys again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of funny because I know that happened with Street Demons.
Street Demons, it happened as well with Street Demons.
And so now it's already beginning again, and it's almost like a meme at this point. We'll see if it comes to fruition.
It had such a promising season just based on the lineup, and then it just kind of stuff happens.
Died out, yeah.
Well,
it's funny that Riptide is very water themed, is subbing for the team. That's also
that is,
in Nitrox water themed.
It is
humorous.
Yeah, it is. It's very funny to me. Yeah, I mean, they have time, right? There's plenty of time for these guys to start to perk up. We'll just have to see what happens. I love the team. I love the theme. It's unfortunate that deliveries are constantly delayed by Milestone, but
Yeah, you saw in the sub race, I couldn't even use their sub car thing because
it got
it
taken
just
down
didn't
again.
exist.
Yeah.
It's like the third time already
So,
that it's been happening.
Obligatory fuck Milestone. You know.
Darn you,
This is not
Milestone.
rage bait, actually. Fuck Milestone, please.
All right. Next up, Wolfpack. I get the feeling this is a Spleezu Billick race. They're bringing the big guns this week.
Yeah, this is not a
Yeah.
track to be shy on. I think they are gonna go guns blazing, bring the most experienced drivers, the ones that are the most capable
Yep.
to succeed at harsh tracks. So yeah, I think that's a pretty accurate decision.
They also have all their bonus points for this half of the season. Every single one of them,
Yes.
every single one of them has driven, and only 5 different drivers get bonus points in this league.
Oh,
So
yeah, I
your
forgot that was a rule.
your 6th driver does not give you any extra bonus points because that we kind of wanted to have the extra slot, but we knew that the 6th driver on most of these teams was likely going to be kind of like questionable
A
availability
newcomer
and
or
a newcomer, and we wanted there to be like no major pressure on some of those guys to show up. So we just went with same as Acceleron, 5 different drivers. So they've maxed out their bonus points. They can send their best drivers, and I think Billick and Spleezer is probably who they're sending this week. Diamond Bombers. Who you got this week, Gore?
So when
Is it you,
Shatter
Gore?
made this track, it was actually proposed for balance cars, and I already raced twice. I was thinking about also going into this track, but we also need the points. And if I recall correctly, right now Kolu is also practicing. He's not been that present, but I really hope he gets to join because we need him.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. Like, I would love to see the meatball running around on one of the craziest tracks of the season.
Dude, right? I would love to see that too. And I don't want to get too crazy. It's literally one of the craziest tracks across all leagues. Like, staff was even saying as much when we were doing track validation, where it was like, O Mechanica could and maybe even should be an Acceleron level track.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
So it is quite the challenge being brought to the Nitrox guys this week.
Just a taste of Acceleron and Nitrox.
Just a taste.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Shows you what
So
to look forward to if you move on up.
yeah, exactly. So Gore, you think it's Kolu and then a question mark after that?
Yeah, I like it's just like Riptep. We don't have like anything decided right now. I really hope we had it because it's obviously a track that requires extra time to practice and do shit.
Right.
But if I were to make a guess, we would have to go with Golu because he's the other balance car in the team, and this is.
I just remembered something. It's TJ and Kolu are racing next week for week 5.
Oh.
Yeah, at least I think that's what I heard. If that's the case, I don't know. I mean, they could see them doubling up. I don't know. So I guess we don't really know what Diamond Bombers are gonna do.
Yeah.
We will just have to wait and see.
I really don't know either.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
it could go any way. It could be, I don't know, Jota and Kolu, Jota and TJ again, me and TJ, me and Jota.
Gotcha. All right. Well, racing drones. I believe I heard that despite who you think might be going, last I heard was that would be Shuby and Stargazer
Really?
on the track, which I'm a bit surprised about, but that might just be a matter of availability. Although I don't even know if Shuby is available to race, so that could be wrong information.
What class of car is Bully Goat again? Is it?
Drifter.
Balanced.
Oh,
It's
and he's
balanced.
balanced.
So
Balanced.
4-pit
Yes.
balanced.
Sorry. Yes, it's balanced. I don't know why I said drifter. Yikes.
Battle
Yeah,
spec
it's a
is
good
balanced
choice. It's a
too,
good
right?
choice. No, battle spec is off-road.
No.
Battle spec
Battle
is
spec
off-road?
is indeed balanced. It's
Yeah,
a
as I say,
3-pit
it's
balanced.
balanced. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a balance.
My brain broke for a minute.
Yeah, so I thought I heard Shuby Stargazer, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think Shuby makes sense. I don't think Shuby's even available, so I'm not totally sure who they're sending. Guess we'll just have to wait and see.
It'd be interesting to see Norton.
Yeah, I think Norton and Den would be fantastic picks for this track, but we will have to see. Lastly, Aerial Aces. We have met our bonus points. Race Fan has been in the server once for some racing. Still has a little ways to go before he sees the track. So right now we are sending Bizor and Fidestic out this week. Bizor is a big fan of Shadow Tracks. Has had his eye on this one for a hot minute. So we're going to give him the shot on this one. And then Fidestic picked it up as well. I'm kind of glad because, again, I messed up my thumb a little bit. But I will probably be around as a backup option. So
Yeah, It's got
Balance
eyes.
gaming.
Yep, balanced gaming. No Swifts. We don't believe in those here.
Ultimate Chad move.
Yep.
No Swift.
Four balanced, 2 rockets.
The anti-Swift task force.
Yeah. Ironically, we're in freaking planes. Which you would think are
You
quite
need more
swift.
rockets.
Yeah, I agree. But it's okay though. I mean, I'm in a rocket plane, so close enough. I've done my job.
The fact that none of us picked Jet Threat 3.0.
Jet Threat's so bad though. Like
It is.
it's so bad. If
It's
we're gonna
fart.
yeah, it's unfortunately just terrible. So it's like if we want to take ourselves seriously but also not run Swifts, then we got to pick good cars. Fortunately, we ended up on good cars. So yeah. If I had to pick, obviously we don't know who half the teams are sending, but I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna make a prediction right now. I think it's gonna be either Bizor or Spleezu who win this week. Spleezu already has a finale invite though, so it's gonna pass down if he wins. So
I gotta be honest. I see Bizor taking this one. Like,
I think so
guy
too.
is cracked, and
Yeah.
his car is relatively good on the track.
Mm-hmm.
It is. But he's going down.
Or it's like,
You heard it here first, folks.
He's going down apparently.
Going down. I'm gonna eat that
Wait,
fucking
you bringing out the
hot
flak
dog.
cannons? You bringing out the flak cannons to shoot down the flying wiener?
No, we're just gonna bring the fucking shredder and turn it into mincemeat for dogs.
Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Gauntlet has
You
been
know-
thrown.
We should make.
You know what I'm realizing?
I-
TJ and
I
Yoda
think
were
we-
practicing this track this week, so it
I think we
might just
should
be
not
TJ
make
and
the
Yoda,
joke.
honestly.
I think I should not make the joke. Yeah,
Oh, now-
we
now I'm
should not
curious.
make the joke. Do you know the shot that is taken on St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, yes.
No?
Yep.
You
never heard
don't
of
know,
this.
Brett.
I'm-
Oh my god.
I'm confused.
How does Footloose know about it?
I'm confused.
Footloose is a little
You know,
edgy.
I'll just send it to you in your DMs.
I'm scared now. I don't know what the fuck is happening. So we're just gonna we're just gonna move on. We're just gonna kick on down the road. Street League, Bus Gang, fucking
Bus
Bus Gang, dude. I was so happy to get out in my freaking bus. I was so happy. And Judge, I know you were in this race and you had a very meaningful role in this race. But just let me have this. I want to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Take the bus gang. I
we're-
should have participated.
We are
Bus Gang.
we're in the bus. Also, mute that real quick. Bus gang. I got to run with my buses. I got to race my bus for the first time, and man, I really like this track for the bus. I know that sounds crazy, but oh, I see. I see what you're saying, Gore. That's fucking goofy.
Yeah, that's not a PG joke.
No, probably not. Man, so let's take a pause. Pause real quick. I want to just admire this lineup real quick, okay? We haven't really watched any Street League this season because we typically don't, but we had to this week. And man, what a lineup. We've got Mac, who was kind of not supposed to be here, but he's racing anyway. He's an invader. Pato's in a bus. Norton's in a bus. I'm in a bus. We're all part of the bus gang.
Debussy.
Fidestic is being a Chad and rolling around in a monster truck. That's Race Ace, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Yoda's
is correct.
Yoda's out here also being based in Drift King. Stargazer's in Battle Spec, right? That's Battle Spec?
Yeah.
I'm on Uncultured Swine. Dandoob is in Twin Mill, to the surprise of pretty much no one. And then Judge is out here in Speed Slayer, which is like the only serious pick.
I know. I
But
feel bad.
I don't feel bad though. Don't feel bad. I'll tell you the reason why a bunch of us are in buses is just for the hell of it. But the main reason why I'm in a bus is because I told Footloose that if I had a team and couldn't get a Street League invite, I would drive the bus and street. And
The challenge was that.
yeah, and this is how it went. And my POV is fantastic because we see some fucking crazy shit on my POV, especially at the beginning here. So, me and Star both get trolled and boost glitch here at the start.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Boost glitch. What the
And
heck?
interestingly, in the last practice, we also both boost glitched in that run as well.
That's a nice battle spec.
Dude, so first of all, look at this shit. Watch the left side. You're gonna see a bus shoot off into space. First of all, there goes Dandoob. Pretty sure that's Dandoob going off. He went under the track right here. Hang on, let's watch it real slow. Is there a way for me to slow it down? I'm not gonna slow it down, but you see him go, and then that's Pato. Pato flies way off the track, but he flies back and lands on the track, which was awesome. And so now Fidestic has a problem. He is a monster truck trying to pass 3 buses, and he told me that it was like trying to pass us was hell on earth.
Bus gang.
Bus gang, yeah, we were just yelling bus gang. You see Yoda get walled a little bit. And we got me and Norton side by side. Then we have Invader and Speed Slayer, Mac and Judge running away up there. Not running away too much. I was impressed by how much he could move the freaking Invader, dude.
The entire race
He was
there.
hounding you the
It
whole
was
time, bro.
the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
I couldn't believe it. I really do think this was a great track for heavy duties. Like the corners were like just wide enough, and there was a lot of boost regen. It felt like, but
Appropriated, yeah.
I think a perfect amount for the heavy duties to really kind of benefit. So we didn't fall too far back. I hit the wall there like a scrub, and Norton catches me.
Sometimes you gotta hit the wall.
Just a little bit. And I remember when I was practicing, I said I did practice a little bit because I want to do the bus justice. I was like, man, this track feels fantastic in the bus. I don't know why, but I love it. It just, everything felt right. Like it was just made for
clicked.
it. Yeah, it really did.
That was a Bizor track, right?
Yeah, this is a Boi Gore track. Yeah,
Yeah, always makes good tracks.
absolutely. That's my garden. That's the name of this one.
That's my garden and I don't know you.
There's this nasty pass on Norton. We kind of touched a little bit, but a little bus on bus action. Then, look back, I still see a monster truck just ominously hanging out behind us. I'm not turning the sound on because I had music playing during this POV, but you can hear me hassling Dandoob because he was getting diffed by 3 buses and a monster truck while he was in Twin Mill.
Oh no.
And I was giving him tons of crap for that. Well, and Invader, of course. Only reason why I don't mention Invader is because Mac's driving it, and Mac's just a monster. He's an absolute animal in anything he drives, so... Yeah, big shout out to Boi on this track. I really, really enjoyed it. It was perfect for street. We didn't really have too many collision related issues. I mean, unless you count the fact that Fidestic couldn't pass the buses, which he's in a monster truck and we're in big ass buses, so that's kind of to be expected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's also just kind of the nature of collisions on racing in the first place, is you're able to actually block lanes and make them go around you the hard way.
I mean, you could try to kill people, but it's looked down upon.
Right. We don't encourage intentional killing. I have to say, by the way, I'm really proud of myself. I was catching you guys on this last lap. Oh, I almost died right there. I almost shit my pants. I remember that. I had the wheels go up, and I was like, oh my goodness.
This bus is gonna flip. It didn't
Yeah.
flip.
The two of you, I saw Mac was leading right here, and I really was catching up. I was like, oh my goodness, could I do it? Could I win in the bus? But no, you guys took off again.
That guy made the race so hard.
Yeah,
So
he
fun.
didn't want to make it easy on you, that's for sure. And I also started to pull away from Norton. Pato's up to 5th now, so it's literally Bus Gang is running 3rd, 4th, and 5th, which is just awesome. I absolutely love that. Shout out to Swole for all the work on the liveries, because they all look fantastic as well.
Oh yeah, he made all of them, huh?
Yeah, he did. Some of the others did some work on them, some individual pieces, so some stickers were made by others. I think Norton had a sticker, and maybe Pato had a sticker or two, and worked on some of his own. But yeah, Swole did a lot of the work. So big props to him. But yeah, I loved this race. I had the most fun. It's also it's something about it, the no stress element. There's no pressure at all. I'm in a bus. The expectations are nothing. There are no expectations. But
Expectation. Bus.
yeah. So I don't know. It was some of the most fun I've had in a while. I really did have a good time. So this was the finishing order on track. Technically, Mac wasn't allowed to qualify for the finishing order, whatever. I'm not getting into the semantics. He finished second, was disqualified after the fact. So if you count that in, it was Judge and then Bus Gang, Bus Gang, Bus Gang. we also made
The pussy.
Bus Gang emojis.
A sticker.
Yeah, and stickers. And so anytime there's a bus in the street lobby, you can bet you're gonna see Bus Gang after the names.
Spam.
So we'll be there. You'll see us. So yeah, I can tell you, I don't think I'll be.
You can see it in the standings.
Yeah. Yes, you can see it right here. We will. I don't think I will be available to run this week, which is Stats of Champs. I think this is actually another good track for heavy duties, if I'm being honest. It's very similar to That's My Garden. I don't think I will be available, though, because I have to help my sister move. So, that's too bad. But I wish everybody racing street this week the best of luck. I think it'll be fun. Have you guys run this track yet? Have you guys seen it out there at all?
No, not really.
I
have done a couple runs. It's pretty fun.
It's a fun track. It's a very like TRD track. It is by TRD, and you know he's got like a feel. A lot of his tracks have, and this one definitely has that as well. And I actually like it. So I was running it in the bus earlier, and I was enjoying it. So I also really like the screenshot I got, honestly.
Unrelated question.
Yeah.
Do we know what that leaderboard is? Obviously, Milestone's up at the top, but like, do we know who the other people are? I guess they're like
Attack
Easter
the
eggs.
track. I have no idea who these guys are.
Maybe they're just made up, or maybe they're actual
They might have been
people.
I'd say there's a non-zero chance that some of them were like some of the people who were invited to test the game early. I don't know if you remember that live stream thing that happened. But I kind of doubt it. These are probably all just like burners, if I had to guess. So yeah, that's it. That's an episode.
Yippee!
Covered everything. We didn't really predict who's gonna win Acceleron because we don't really have enough
Nobody
intel.
knows anything.
Yeah, we don't really have enough intel to really tell who's gonna win, and you never know about Street League. So
I'm gonna win.
Yeah. Best of luck to everybody racing this week. Week 4 will be a blast, I'm sure. I guess I should throw this out there because we're coming up on it. Infamously, I have not seen any Hot Wheels animated media, like at all. The current plan is for there to be a watch party of it in the in the mid-season at some point. And then there may be an episode that comes out after that where I just kind of react to it all. So
Red MG face reveal.
Maybe no, I wouldn't bank on that. I do have a webcam, so I could set that up and make that happen, but I wouldn't bank on it. Yeah, we will. It is something that's being planned. It's not like a lock, but that's something to maybe look forward to in the mid-season. So
It would be very cool to get Brett in on the inside
the
jokes. And such.
Yeah, I know. I know. Everyone's wanting me to get on the
I can't believe you haven't seen those.
I know. I mean, it's like that. I just don't watch a whole lot of stuff like that anymore. I didn't originally either. I can never explain it. I enjoy sitting down at my computer and doing stuff on my computer, and whenever I watch things, I typically just watch YouTube. I really could change it up though and just watch and listen to episodes of things while I'm working and things, but yeah. Well, I think that about wraps this episode up. Any final thoughts from any of you guys about this week, or really anything?
Buy
I'm
the
just
Silver Series Acceleron cars, but don't scalp them. Just get one or two, and let everybody else have a chance to get them too. You know?
Oh, you're talking about the re-release?
Yeah, the re-releases.
Don't scalp the the
Yeah,
Acceleron
don't
cars.
scalp
Yeah.
them. Don't be jackasses. Get
I'm
one or
not gonna lie,
two.
I didn't even
Get
know
one.
those were coming out.
Get one to open and get one to have in box. But like, you know, don't scalp them. The Teku slingshot looks crazy, and I want it. That's all I have to say.
Gotcha. Judge, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say something about Acceleron, but then I totally spaced out.
Wow, way to go,
Yeah,
Footloose.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Way to go, Foot. You made him
You opened it.
made him forget.
You opened it up to everybody to have him say something.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. I have the attention span of a goldfish
Nah,
on
it
a good
happens.
day.
You're blowing into your mic a little bit, by the way.
My bad.
All good. No worries. Well, Footloose, John Belatro, Judge, thank you guys for joining in on this episode. And we'll be back next week for a review of week 4.
Yay.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Thank you guys. And be sure to go follow the socials and also like and also subscribe and also check out Rumination and all the other shit. See the description for links and things. And if you want to join our league,
Instagram is pretty fun.
yeah, it is. Yoda puts a lot of work into it, so go check that out. Also, if you want to join the league, links down there too. You know how it is. Like and subscribe. I'm over 50 subscribers. I keep forgetting to mention that. Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Hooray.
Woo, 50.
Milestone.
Wow. But yeah, anyway. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next week. Is anyone going to say something? Someone say something stupid, quick.
Uh,
Sick out of my house!